Hello everyone and welcome to Simply Made Homestead. I'm Marian and we are at our new homestead today. Now if you have seen any of our older videos at our old home, we had an acre of land which we thought was going to be it for us, and we wanted to fill it up, but you know there are regulations and stuff that we all get regulated for everything these days, it seems like. So we bought a new place on a bigger piece of land. We have 5 acres now. Our home is actually about 100 square feet smaller, but we absolutely love it. We could not be happier with our home and the fact that we have more land. So, if you've seen any of my old videos, you saw the chicken coop. We had a nice big 12 by 12 foot chicken coop. There was like tons of room for lots of chickens, 2 nice big runs, one on each side. And I had said once or twice through my videos that if I had to do it over, I would not go to that expense or that permanent of a building for my chickens. So it was really lovely to have, and I do miss it sometimes. As you can hear, we are on a main road. Not ideal, but we're still very pleased with where we are. We are out in the country, and so we're very happy about that. Having a hard time with the internet, but anyway. All right, so instead of doing the hen house, we have opted in to purchase the electric netting. I have it right here. Right here. We have the 48-inch electric netting with a solar panel to give it its juice. And then I'm thinking this is probably the solar panel. And we've been wanting to get this put in, and life has just been absolutely insane for us for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 months now. And today my husband's not home, he's at school. I've got a couple grandchildren with me, and we're going to see what we can do to get this thing up. Now I want to turn you around. I'm going to show you what we've got for the chickens so far, and you can see they've been there for a week and a half, 2 weeks maybe, and they need to move. So I want to let's show you that. All right guys, so you can see out here we just put up some fencing with the T-posts and just made a big circle for them. Gave them lots of room. They have lots of room out there. There's 2 poop houses, one for the ducks, one for the chickens. Most of the time they go to their own poop, and every now and then we have a little scraggly chicken that decides to go sleep with the ducks, but that's okay too. If they're happy, I'm happy. So, but anyway, you can see the grass is getting rather brown out there where they are really working on it, and I just need to get them off of it because I don't want them to really take out that section of the yard. That was just somewhere where we could put them quick and to be able to get them out here to the house so we could actually stay here at the house. We were back and forth between the 2 for way too long, and we were just happy to have them here. Now, the reason that we are going to the electric netting for the chickens, it's not just to avoid having to build a hen house. It's because we want to be able to take more of a permaculture route for the chickens and start using them to benefit us in more ways than just producing eggs and meat. So we want to be able to use them to be able to really work the ground, to fertilize the ground with their manure, and then to be able to move them on to greener pastures and more bugs and things like that out on our property. And like where they were, we let them out in the yard every day, and they're all over the yard. As most of you know, if you have watched our channel, we have lots of grandkids. They love to come to our house. We love to have them over, and they run and play, and I want them to have a clean area to be able to not have to worry about chicken poop everywhere. And I don't want to have to worry about, you know, which we take our shoes off before we go inside, but still, I want just a cleaner environment and a healthier areas for the chickens on a constant basis. Everything changing and making our grass and our pastures healthier for other animals as well, because we also want to do some rotation for the goats and to have their areas to be able to go out and to graze and to live during the day. So the plan is to put up this electric fencing or netting and put the chickens and the ducks in there, and to be able to let them really scratch it out. I mean, because they will kill the grass. They will take it out. So I want to pick a really good spot that they can really do their work, and they can create their compost out there. We can throw vegetables. We can throw all kind of things in there. They will scratch around. They'll eat it, and they'll just make the dirt really well fertilized and ready for a really, really nice crop. Now, since we're on a new property, the question is, where do I want to do this? Because we do have 5 acres, but our property is kind of oddly shaped. Again, I guess that is just our thing in life. And so I'm actually going to put a couple of beds of garden space plots in the front yard, because we have a big area out there. It's a really big sunny area, and it's really the only place in the yard that gets the most amount of sun. We have one small area over here. I'm going to turn you around. Now, right over here behind me, behind that little red chicken coop that was left by the previous owner, I'm going to renovate that, and I hope to use it for my quail, and because we have downsized on the quail. Haven't shared that with you yet, but we're going to get to it. And so I'm kind of thinking we may start right over there and let that be a future garden spot, and let the chickens start going to work. Now, the only thing that makes me nervous about that is we have coyotes. Yes, we're in Central Florida, and we have an overabundance of coyotes. So that's awfully close to the fence, but they do have an electric fence. There's barbed wire along the top of the fence. We have fencing along that gate over there because it has such big openings. And we do have Sadie, who is an excellent guard dog, and Miss Maisie. Let me show you. Come here, Miss Maisie. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. She is 11 weeks old. She is Anatolian Shepherd, and this is Miss Maisie May. Aren't you? Yes, she is. And she is precious, and she is so smart. We just love her. We have owned a Great Pyrenees before, and we adored her, absolutely adored her. But the hair and the slobber and the heat that we live in here, that's just, I'm not good. I can't do it. They always say they're okay and all that, but for me, it's just, I don't do the heat well. I don't want to put my big hairy dog outside all the time. So Anatolian Shepherd, they too have a undercoat, but they don't have near as much hair. And so we got her, and we're just totally in love with her. She is absolutely fabulous. So, all right, guys. Well, let's get the boxes. We haven't even opened the boxes yet. Don't have a clue how to do this. We're going to figure it out as we go. And if we can't, we'll pause this video, wait for Papa to come home, and finish it up then. All right, so I think we're going to actually put it right here to start with. And because we've got to pull the hoop houses, we got to herd the chickens and the ducks, and this is our first time, so we're going to put it here. We'll leave them here for a week or two, and then we'll just kind of work ourselves that way. Now the netting that we purchased, it is 25 by 25, so it's 100 feet. So we're going to make the fencing 25 by 25 by 25 by 25 to make it nice and square. At least that's our plan. We did purchase this from Premier One. We are not an affiliate, but I will leave a link in the description below. All right, boys. Boys, come on, help me, baby. Quentin, grab the other end, baby, of the box. All right, so we are unpackaging this for the first time. Like I said, we did get it, not that high, baby. We did get it from Premier One. And it was like just under $500. There we go. And let's see if we have some instructions. Is there anything left in there?
Yeah, those instructions are just, oh, wait, no.
Okay, so the first step says that if the lawn is over 4 inches that we need to mow it. We have to prep the area. And unfortunately we have a few weeds that are over 4 inches. So, should I? Can we work around the weeds?
Probably.
I'm thinking I'm gonna try.
I can cut it.
Let's give it a try. You're gonna cut it with scissors? Well, honey, go get you some.
Where are they at?
They're in the kitchen, in that wooden block. So once we finally got it around and kind of figured out what we needed to do to make it work, we discovered we made life hard for ourselves. Because the chickens, we'd have to bring them all the way around to get them in here. So we took it down and put it back up, which fortunately the up and down part is super easy once you figure out how many you need on each side to make a square. I don't know how well you can see behind me this fence, but OCD 1 and 2, well, we tried really hard to make it square, and it's just not going to happen. Now, Andrew, Papa Drew, he may come home later on and just magically make it perfectly square, and you know what? That's okay. I want him to show me how, but I can't get it square. Quentin can't. And this is a smart little cookie right here.
It's
so,
impossible.
Yeah. We voted that it's impossible, but I'm sure all of you are going to tell me different, and that's okay. We are up for suggestions. But here we are, we've got it up, and we changed it around where our opening is over here, close to the pen where the chickens are, and so to make it a lot easier trying to move them over. All right, so now we've got to tie our white post, our corner post, to these black posts that are a little wider and a little sturdier. We're going to do that, and then move on to our next step. See what that is. All right, now, after reading the instructions a little bit further, it did say to put these thick posts on the inside to help hold the post up. So that's what we're going to do. It's been a long time since breakfast.
Yeah.
We need a snack. We need a snack before we go on. Don't we, Maisie? You can't have any though. No. This probably wouldn't be good for you. All right, guys, we are about to try to get the chickens over here. We've got the fence up. We don't have the electric part hooked up to it yet. We're going to do that next because I want to go and get the birds in here and get everything moved over. So we've got some mealworms. We're hoping they'll follow us. We'll see how it goes. Some of y'all are smart, huh? Louise. All right, that's about half. Where's the thumbs up, guys? Thumbs up. Good job. You might get a cookie. Well, the boys and I, we got the fence up. Got all the birds over. Thank the Lord the children were here because I don't know what I'd have done without him. And now we decided, well, I had to go inside and bake cookies, you know. There was a good reason to leave the rest for Andrew because I had to go bake cookies. You know, I promised the boys a reward for all that hard work. So Andrew's home now and he's out here and he is taking over. All right, so there he is, hard at work. He's got his little spectacles on.
Hey, and by the way, the cookies, chocolate chip cookies, of course, America's favorite, are delicious.
I thought apple pie was America's favorite.
That would be America's pie, which actually is not derived.
Okay, I'm gonna stop this.
I got the battery inside. It's plugged into a 110 outlet, just getting it charged up. You're supposed to be fully charged before you use it. So wait for that green light. Once it's done, I'll bring it out here and I'll plug it into this terminal and I'll be ready to go. It'll shoot off a pulse throughout here every 1 to 1.5 seconds and keep our predators out and our chickens in. All right, so we got the box here. First thing you need to know is you have to get your grounding rod, which is inside this tab, inside the box here. And it's simple, you just pull these tabs together and you kind of lift up and it'll be inside. I looked all over the cardboard boxes looking for it and didn't find it until I opened it up, actually read the instructions, and there it was. All right, so, and it simply just goes on. And it slides in like that. Work your way down. All right, the next step is to take the orange tab here. This is going to be your hot. Unscrew this. There's a hole inside here. And slide that through that hole and you screw this back in. And that's going to clip on one of these, one tab on the fence line. The other tab you leave open unless you're connecting it to another line. Then you'll connect those two. All right. Next step is grounding it. You're gonna do the same thing. Unscrew this. Again, run that wire. There's a hole in there. Run it through. And simply screw this back on. All right, and this gets set onto your grounding rod, which is right here. I'm just going to run it around, put it on this side, run around. Just less wires for the kids and dogs and critters to trip on. All right, and then you press your button, start it. All right, so once you connect the ground, all you gotta do is turn it on. Make sure it flashes. You do need to double check and make sure there's not getting too much voltage. Make sure there's not any error stuff. Premier One provides a really good tester. You stick this in the ground as your negative. You have a lead here. Connect it to this extra up here, and you want to get about where we're getting 4.5 volts, 4.7. Okay, so it's just enough to give them a little jolt. It's not going to hurt them at all. I mean, you can touch it. I do it with the back of your hand, maybe not one with the ring finger. Natural reactions is you're going to jolt, but it doesn't hurt. You move away from it quickly. So chickens already learned to stay away from it, but that's it. One final tip is, in the beginning, is when you first get this, the grounding wire, you got to take this out. The grounding wire is not connected to the battery, so you'll have to make sure you connect that to the battery. It's real simple. Premier One has a really good product. We're liking it. Chickens probably won't so much, but it'll keep them safe from our coyotes and neighbors' dogs. So, alrighty. Thank you for watching.